mountain didn't just shake, it roared. It was a deep guttural sound from the belly of the earth, a sound that told you the rock had grown tired of holding its own weight. We were thrown to the ground. The lights went out, and for a moment, the only thing that existed was the thunder of 1,000,000 tons of stone collapsing above us. Then silence, a silence so absolute it felt louder than the explosion. And the darkness. It was a physical thing, a thick, suffocating blackness that pressed in on you. The air tasted of stone and fear. My first thought wasn't about survival. It was simpler. Am I dead? Slowly, the beams of our headlamps cut through the choking dust. One by one, we found each other. Our shift foreman, Luis Urzua, started a head count. 33. We were all there. We were alive, but as we ran to the exit and our lights fell upon a solid, impenetrable wall of rock, we understood the truth. We had not died, but we had been buried in our own tomb. What we couldn't have known was the sheer scale of the catastrophe. A single block of diorite, one of the hardest rocks in the world, had sheared off from the mountain's core. It weighed 770,000 tons, twice the mass of the Empire State Building, and had completely obliterated the winding access ramps that were their only way out. Half a mile above us, rescue efforts began, but the mountain was unstable, and authorities quickly realized there was no simple way in. To the world, we were already ghosts. Down there, we made a pact. We became a brotherhood. Our meals were a ritual of discipline. Every 48 hours, a single spoonful of tuna and a sip of spoiled milk. Time lost all meaning. We conserved our headlamps, spending hours in the crushing darkness just to fight off the madness. We were starving, wasting away, and a quiet resignation began to settle over us. We were writing our last letters to our families, preparing for the end. But on the surface, hope had not been completely extinguished. While the world's media began speaking of the miners in the past tense, engineering teams worked around the clock. They initiated a high-stakes drilling operation, boring multiple narrow probe holes into the unstable mountain. It was a desperate, one-in-a-million shot, aiming for a tiny 500-square-foot shelter through nearly half a mile of solid rock. For 17 days, every drill came up empty. Then, on the 17th day, we heard it, a faint vibration, a ghost of a sound. It grew into a steady, distant grinding. It was a sound from another world. When the drill bit finally pierced the roof of our cavern, we screamed, we cried, we hugged each other. We frantically found a pen and paper. We knew what we had to write. Estamos bien en el refugio los 33. We are well in the shelter, the 33 of us. We tied the note to the drill, praying to God they would see it. The discovery of the note ignited a global media firestorm. A wave of euphoria swept over the makeshift Camp Hope, where our families had been holding a vigil. But the miracle was also a monumental challenge. The probe hole was only inches wide. Now they had to engineer a rescue that had never been attempted. Drilling a shaft wide enough for a man, while keeping 33 of us alive for months from half a mile away. NASA engineers were consulted, a global call for drilling experts was sent out, and plans were drawn up for a custom-built rescue capsule, the Phoenix. And so we waited. For 52 more days, we lived on the food and hope they sent down that lifeline. Then, 69 days after the mountain fell, the main rescue drill broke through. The Phoenix capsule arrived. It was the most beautiful and terrifying thing I had ever seen. When my turn came, my heart pounded. They strapped me in, the door closed, and I was alone in the dark once more. But this time, I was moving up. After an eternity, I saw a pinprick of light. It grew, becoming a blinding white circle. The capsule doors opened, and the air that hit my face, it was cold, fresh. I saw my wife's face. I fell to my knees on solid ground, a man reborn from the deep earth. One by one, all 33 men were brought back to the sun. It remains the deepest and most successful underground rescue in human history, a testament not only to breathtaking engineering, but to the unbreakable will of those who refuse to be buried.